Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name's Elizabeth and today we're going to be talking about how to make more money. How do we make more money? What do we need to do? What do we need to invest in? What do we need to learn? I know most of you guys are on a wealth building journey and are trying to become more financially independent and build wealth for yourselves, whether that's through a business, whether that's through assets, whether that's through saving more, whether that's through investing and making the right investments, investing in yourself, in your vision, in your dreams, whether that's increasing your income, and just figuring out what do you need to do as a person to develop more wealth for yourself with where you currently are and what can you maybe do to get to a different place. So let's go ahead and talk about those things and some tips that I've learned and that can hopefully help you. All right, so number one, you need to invest in skills. So you need to learn the skills to make more money. So typically you want higher income skills, right? There's certain jobs that pretty much anyone can get as long as you're a good person, you're willing to do the job. And even if you're not a good person, you can probably get some of these jobs. So you want to learn skills that are more valuable. These are typically hard skills, but also you want some soft skills as well. That's going to help you be more marketable, especially for some higher paying jobs, but you need to learn the skills. So what is a job? Identify a job that makes good money and that you maybe hopefully enjoy and figure out how to get there. So find skills, learn skills. You could do it through actual college. You could do it through a course. You could do it through free YouTube videos or things like that. Find skills that can help you make more money and then learn them. Number two is to get a sales job. So not all sales jobs are created equal, but a lot of times they are commission based. So it can be a little bit scary, but especially if you're younger, going to a sales job can be a great learning experience and there is potential to earn more. And so when I was trying to figure out how do I make more money? What do I need to do? We've saved all this money. We've invested all this money. We've done everything we can with what we already have. How do we make more? What do we need to do? Some of the biggest tips and advice and the jobs that seem to make a lot of money or entrepreneurs or people, they were in sales or they had started in sales. And so I was going to leave my jobs and become a roofer, and because there was a potential with a company where you can make $150,000 to $250,000 at least. And so I'm glad I didn't take that step and that I became a teacher, stayed in teaching, and then ended up working on some of these things online. But there's potential there even for roofing. Okay. It's not easy. It's very challenging. Alex Hormozy, they did gym sales, personal training sales, gym membership sales, things like that. Grant Cardone was a car salesman. So there is opportunity in sales. A lot of people, Ed Milet, he was insurance sales. So it depends. Now I looked into some insurance jobs and my dad's friend knew someone who is very successful in insurance. And I talked to him and he's like, that does not sound like a situation you want to get in. And so you have to be careful. I think sometimes if I put that warning out there, it might make you go, I can't get any sales job or anything. But really sales, it's not a sleazy job. It is to help people. Now, typically you want to find a win-win where your company gets rewarded, but also you do find something that is actually helping the customer and the consumer. But sales can have a lot of potential, right? And so definitely be willing to check out sales jobs, especially if you're younger and maybe you don't have a ton of college education and maybe you do, right? But you're like, ooh, I can make more money in this. Definitely find a good sales job and don't discount that. Number three would be to research some higher paying jobs. So maybe you are younger and you're going to go to college or you're going to figure out what job you want to do. Actually research the jobs. Hopefully it's a job that you enjoy. And I don't want to steer you away from something that if you enjoy it, but it doesn't make a lot of money. But if you are interested in making money, it would be helpful to see, could this degree get you to a place? Maybe not yet or right away, but in time. I don't want to crush any of your dreams or anything like that because, I didn't study something that had a huge monetary benefit, but I learned a ton of valuable lessons and skills and met a lot of great people and such. So, but it is important to think about. So what jobs are out there that pay more? And so do you need to go get a college education for that? Is there a boot camp course that you can learn? Are they willing to take a shot on you and hire you? And so I know it's not as simple as I'm saying, but these are the things that you need to start thinking about. And then eventually you'll be able to get there and connect on LinkedIn with someone or reach out to somebody or prepare your resume so that you're ready and you can go to job fairs and you can go get a higher paying job. Number 4, so a lot of businesses fail and they aren't successful and it's very challenging. And a lot of times you don't make a lot of money right away, or you invest your money back into the business. But starting a business can be a way to make more money eventually in time, etc. So you can do online businesses, you can do dog walking businesses, you can do, honestly, the most interesting businesses are out there that are making tons and tons, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars by the most unique things. I've seen so many stories, even about something with shrimp and like not eating shrimp, but like just keeping shrimp, like these exotic shrimp, and they made thousands of dollars. And so get creative, try to solve problems. What are problems that people always have, and business models that have already worked, but what are some maybe unique problems that you could solve? What are things that have a low startup cost, and so maybe you don't need to invest a ton of money up front, or if you invest the money like with marketing or with some online marketing and things like that and ads, that you will make the money back based on research and how things work. So start looking into some of those options. Number 5, go to a nicer area or city, or just switch cities and locations. So maybe you're going to have to commute. Maybe you could work remotely, but get the higher income from a higher cost of living city or location. So a lot of people did this during COVID, but I know even for me teaching, moving to a different county, which maybe I have to drive an extra 15 minutes. And honestly, my commute's not bad at all. I can make $15,000 to $25,000 more, even as a teacher, just by going to a different county and have like a 25-minute commute instead of like a 5-minute commute. And so that's amazing. So think about that. What are the opportunities around you? Are you willing to do the commute? Yes, that's more time. Yes, that's this, but it can be helpful. Maybe you could work remotely. Maybe you guys can move. I don't necessarily have the luxury of moving, but maybe you can move to a lower cost of living area. Maybe you can find somewhere with opportunities, and you're open to anywhere in the world that could help you, that can really help you in your job search. Number 6, get on LinkedIn. So this could be confusing, this could be hard, but a lot of people have found success with this, and finding companies that you want to work for, or people who have your job title, and reaching out to them and seeing if you could connect with them. I've reached out to some people. Some people don't respond, some people do, but they don't have time, and other people have. And I've got popped on calls with some of them and have been able to get an interview or get a referral, etc. And so this has been helpful over the years, expanding your network and being willing to see what's out there, what's going on. It is very saturated. There are a lot of people on there, which means there's a lot of people on there and a lot of opportunities, but a lot of people are taking advantage of the opportunities. But it's a great thing and a great tool if you want to start seeing what's out there or start connecting with more people that could help you. There aren't as many like in-person career fairs and things, especially if you're already a little bit older or out of college and you don't have those opportunities. It can be a great thing to do. Number 7, are you already in a job? Do you already have a skill? Do you already have even a good paying job, but you think that you think you could be getting more? So typically a lot of pay increases will be like 2 to 3% every year, maybe 5%. And it like matches inflation or barely matches inflation. And a lot of people are happy about that. I'm always happy to earn more money. But typically if you move to another job, you can make 10, 15, 20, even 30% more by switching to the same position, but with a different company. And so it's kind of sad. It's unfortunate. I know a lot of friends who are extremely loyal to their companies, which I highly admire and respect. But I think that if you're willing to move around, I think that can be helpful. And honestly, I think you can learn new skills and expose yourself to new people if you're willing to go to different areas. There is something about staying with a company and growing with the same people over time, but there is a benefit to seeing if your skill could be used somewhere else. Or maybe there's an industry where your skill is more unique. And so if I'm a teacher, that's a pretty common skill in the school system. Is there a sector where like with engineering or something, where teaching is maybe not the skill set that they have? Of course, some people probably have that, but they're more focused on this engineering skill set. And so in that sector, are there any jobs for teachers that they're like, hey, we need your skill? And so they might pay more than a traditional school system because your skill is more valuable in that industry. Number 8, if you have some extra money around, and if you can, or if you could partner with someone or take a loan or whatever, invest money in an asset. There's multiple ways to make more money. Rich Dad, Poor Dad talks about this, and investing in assets and being an owner. And this can really help you build wealth. A lot of people do this. So if you have properties, if you have online education, there's so many things that you can do in assets that you can have, but it's critical for building wealth and success. Number 9, so along with these assets, so some people have Airbnbs. I know it's a kind of a weird time right now, but there's so many people online that are sharing about how to invest in Airbnbs and things that have worked for them, or getting some type of property. And so I can share more information on that. I have done some research because it is something I'm interested in potentially doing one day. But it's very important to use these opportunities that are out there and to just get creative. Maybe investing in real estate and property isn't something you want to do, but look at the different options because there's so many different things that you can do. Even just investing in the stock market can help you over time. It might not build you a ton of wealth right now. Maybe getting a business or an asset or something where you can eventually grow will be helpful, but it's just important to see what the options are. Number 10, you can sell products online. So through Etsy, through other platforms, you can sell your products online. You can market them on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or wherever. You can start marketing your products that you have online. I've seen so many people even just selling mugs or t-shirts or products. So a lot of businesses, even in-person businesses that have buildings, they have a lot of marketing ads that go out on Instagram and where a lot of people's attention is. And so then it helps market their business. So you can go online, you can try to sell stuff online. It can be an interesting option for maybe a more creative person or someone who wants to have a business. Number 11, so I would be a little crazy not to mention this, but there are so many people who have become like an influencer or on Instagram or TikTok, and they monetize that. And so that is something that anyone can do. It's not easy. It doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to be successful, but what's great is you don't typically need a lot of money to start. Anyone can do it, and it's free distribution. And so that is something that has never really been around except for in the last few years. And so this, I think, is going to become a bigger thing as time goes along. And so if you can use the power of social media, if that's something that's interesting to you, like I said, that's not going to be interesting to everybody, but there is great power in it if you're willing to put yourself out there. So definitely take a look at some of these options like the real estate, selling products, starting a business, looking into online potential and influencing and things like that. There is money and potential in it. Number 12. So this isn't a major way to make more money, but sell things that you have. And honestly, maybe it is. Maybe you have a lot of stuff and you're ready to downsize or you want to live a more minimal lifestyle. And so sell products or things that you have or things that you don't use anymore, or you're just ready to move forward in life, or and sell those things so you can invest, and now you have money to invest in an asset. And so this can be a great tip because you're like, well, I don't have that extra money laying around, but maybe you do in the stuff that you have, and are you willing to sell it to make more money? Number 13 is to build a personal brand. And so that's what a lot of companies, whether you're online, whether you are just out in the regular world and you have a specific business in a building, you want to build a brand. So building a brand, whether it's any type of job, if you're just a person, it can really help you in marketing. Maybe they know that you're the best engineer in the county. Maybe they know you're the best plumber. Maybe you build this brand of luxury and excitement, or a brand of health. And so you build this brand, and then you maybe have products or things that you offer. And I think that can really, really be helpful, especially in this day and age. It is about the brand. It's about the brand. And so I highly recommend thinking about that. Number 14 is asking for a raise. So maybe you don't want to move somewhere else and you're like, hey, I really like this company. Can I get a raise? Now, this doesn't always work, but a great way to approach this is to say, like, usually in a type of company like that, you have like annual reviews and meetings. And so I know when I was in my software engineer job, we would have that. And so you could talk about at the beginning of that, hey, this is what I want to do. I really like working here. This is what I've been working on. What can I do to maybe earn this type of income? What can I do throughout the year to deserve or to earn that income? And is that a possibility? Instead of saying, I deserve more money and give me more money and I'm going to leave if you don't give me money. And so it's a way to have the conversation, and hopefully a receptive boss and a good boss would say, oh, great. Yeah, we would love that we could work on this. Or, hey, can you give me a minute and I'll think about this? And then I will give you some ideas on what you can do. So ask if you can make more money. You never know. And ask about opportunities that are around. Like, even in teaching, there's opportunities and there's ways that I've been able to make more money in addition to my regular salary. Some of it's during school hours, some of it's after school hours, but you never know if you don't put yourself out there and ask, or even just say, hey, I'm looking to do more for the company, or hey, I'm trying to earn more money. Is there anything I can do? Number 15. Okay, so I know this one is tough, but honestly, you might need to go back to school. So if you're not in school yet, that's great, but sometimes you need to go back. Maybe it's just a master's, but maybe you have to go back and get an associate's or go do a different degree. Maybe what you're doing isn't working, and run the numbers, see what's going on, and at the end of the day, it's probably worth it. It might be worth it for you. And so it's something to consider, and that's okay. You already have a degree. That's great. You're going to have a double degree. But maybe this is what you need to do. And if it will pay for itself in the long run or not in that long of time, you could go do a community college or something like that where classes cost a little bit less, or maybe your employer will sponsor that. But maybe you just need to go get more education or a different type of education like we talked about that will help you make more money. Number 16. So working overtime can be helpful, whether you're working on a side hustle, whether you're working at your current job, but you make double the amount of money or triple the amount of money or just extra money. This can be something that you can do. You could start side hustles like I talked about, whether that's online or little businesses that you have, or looking into other opportunities. But a lot of times there are different opportunities with the job that you have. So definitely look into that. Number 17, if you have a skill, it might be helpful to actually freelance and to offer that skill and to build your own brand and to offer that skill. You can use Fiverr, you can use all sorts of different things. You can even use social media or word of mouth and start promoting yourself, but you can make more money than just working for a traditional company in the long run. And lastly, pay off your debt or look at the amount of money that you have and that you currently spend right now and see where you can cut or what you can get rid of or knock out. And you'd be surprised how much money you actually already have. A lot of us actually do make a good amount of money, and it's just what we're doing with it. So we need to allocate it better or not spend as much or just be more mindful. So let me know in the comments below, what did you think? Was this video helpful? Are you trying to make more money? Let me know. Do you have any tips or ideas? Is this something that you're focusing on? Please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I wish you the best on this journey. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If any of the suggestions were helpful, let me know if you're going to do any of them, or if any of them work. I would love to hear that. And feel free to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, you got this. Keep working on your journey. It will be worth it. It might be hard, but I know you can do it. Bye guys, see you in the next video.